Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our weekly market update here at Kingborough. I've got Nick and Michael here with me. How are you guys?
I'm very well, thank you.
Just checking in. It's been a couple of weeks since our last update, so we thought we'd give you an update on what's been happening in the market over the last couple of weeks, and get Michael in this time for a bit of a rental update because we haven't had one of those for a while. So we might even start with Michael in relation to what's been happening over the last month or so across the different price points with the rental market, and whether we're seeing many applications coming in, what sort of activity you like at the open homes. So
definitely. So very common over winter. It is always a little bit of a quieter time during Hobart, less people moving, which is quite normal in the market. We are starting to come out of that now, which is really great to see. As an example, we did an inspection last night and had 15 groups come through.
Wow,
which was
that's
really
exciting.
good. So hopefully have a few good applications from that. Price points, we have sort of stayed. Over the last 12 months, we've sort of had a couple of ebbs and flows, but we are starting to see the increase in the market again, which is really great to see. We also feel at the moment with the interest rates, the mortgage rates, and a lot of the pressure people have on, we have seen a lot of the investors who have moved away from the investment properties. We are starting to see the start of those starting to come back into it, which is going to be really great. Obviously, like everything in the world, it does come down to supply and demand. Right now, the supply of properties is a little bit lower. The demand is still there. It's not where we were a couple of years ago during the COVID times. But like everything in real estate, if it's a well-priced property, it's in a good location, it's neat, clean and tidy, we are still getting a lot of interest. Where we're sort of finding the biggest discrepancy is the high end of the market. 600, 650 plus. They are taking a little bit longer to move, which just comes down to that cost of living, and a lot of people are having a bit of a harder time at the moment. Anything sub 500, 550, we are still finding a lot of interest, and we are getting really good numbers and results.
That's great. Okay. And the differences, like typically if you had an application for a property that was 500 a week versus 600 a week, how many applicants would you get typically? 600
plus, you're chasing tenants. You're probably doing 4 to 5 open for inspections, hoping to get maybe a couple of good applications. Anything probably 450 to 600. You're getting more interest because it's probably in that price point where a lot more people can afford. Like every market, anything sub 450, sub 500, that's where you get the most interest from. So if anyone is looking to purchase and buy into an investment, we are sort of recommending the 2-bedroom units, the smaller 3-bedroom homes. They're good because they're universal. You've got a lot of first-time renters looking at them, a lot of singles, couples, downsizers. They probably move the quickest at the moment. So you are still, as I said though, there is still a right tenant out there for every property. It's just when you reach a certain criteria, it just takes a little bit longer to find those right people.
Okay. That's good. That's great info out there. So for everyone listening, whether you're a landlord, that gives you a bit of a profile across the market at the moment. If you're a tenant, you know that if you're applying for properties sub 450, it's very competitive. You're probably already aware of that. And if you're up in that 600 price range, you've probably got a bit of flexibility, a little bit of time to look around and find that perfect property out there. So sales market, what's the activity been like over the last 2 weekends? 2 weeks since we've done one of these, there's been a few properties going to contract and a bit of action there. What have the open home numbers been like?
Open home numbers are obviously increasing again. As what Michael had said, we're finding that the market is obviously picking up, being in the most fruitful season now. We're getting a lot of inquiries, particularly on, obviously, as I said, properties under 750. But now that we are finding that the market is obviously picking up, buyers are now actively looking in properties over 750 as well. So we're finding that we've got offers on properties from 650 or 550 all the way up to 2.9 million now. So we're finding that the market is definitely picking up. Absolutely.
And properties coming onto the market. I mean, the weather's been a little bit wet windy for the last few weeks. So are we starting to see that spring rush of new listings yet, or is it still a little bit steady kind of?
It's starting to pick up. I think over the last couple of weeks, there's been a couple of agents who've probably been more busy than others. But in terms of inquiry, it's obviously a little bit is probably a little bit quiet.
Yes.
To be completely honest with you, but we are finding that we're getting a lot of appraisals with particular agents at the moment.
Yeah,
So,
yes.
some people are kind of, starting to open the doors up and think, oh, is my property, should I list on this market or should I stay off until next year?
Yes.
I think the interest rates obviously have got a big part to play in that. So we're finding that, it's a little bit quieter, but we are picking up at the same time.
Yeah. And there's been a few properties with some competing offers. Over the last week or two. Price points that they've been in.
Over 750.
Yeah.
So over 800, funnily enough. So there is a particular property in Kingston Beach that was off market. That I was able to create a really good kind of
had a bit of competition.
Yeah, a bit of competition there with offers.
And some of the on-market ones. So there's been a couple of multiple offer scenarios.
Yeah. So we've had just this week we've had 40 Fairview sell. 12 Sonnet sell, 74 Marlin Road as well. Also sold. So there's a lot of properties there. 34 Woodlands is now under contract. It's been under contract a couple of times, but third time lucky. We're getting a lot of interest.
So quite a good amount of activity there. I guess we're only not very far away now. A couple of weeks from daylight savings being switched over into full swing, and we'll probably see a few more open for inspections in those weeknight sort of times, with a few more attendees kind of on that kind of after work slots are starting to appear as well. Where everyone feels like they've got a little bit more time in their day when the sun's setting a little bit later. So we'll see, keep updating you on what the market does over the next few weeks. There's that sort of period shifts, and we'll give you another update very soon and let you know what's happening. Thanks for tuning in.